You have your ID on you?
Sir, my ID's in my bag.
In the bag?
Yes, sir, listen, I'm a minor, sir. I have security guards. They left that in my bag, sir. I did not pack my bag.
You know Lil Meech is a little punk. Airport. Gun in the bag.
Yeah.
I go to private school. It's not mine, it's his gun.
Meech was making money, but he was spending it hand over fist, like you said.
Chrome heart jeans. You got 10 pair of those, do the math. What's that, 100,000?
Lil Meech been drowning in so much drama lately. Let's lay it out straight. Because his dad is Big Meech, Lil Meech probably feels pressure to live up to that legacy, trying to carry the same gangster image and walk those heavy footsteps. But the truth is, it shows he's not built the same. Folks see him as a poser, not a boss.
Lil Meech is not a gangster.
Not at all.
He's the son of a gangster.
Big Meech really came up from the mud, flipping nothing into an empire brick by brick. Lil Meech, on the other hand, grew up with comfort, private schools, safe neighborhoods, and money already on the table before they got broke.
You go to private school, my dad's like Pablo Escobar, I'm innocent, that's who he really is, right?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of these people get caught up and stuck in character.
So when he steps outside pushing that gangster lifestyle, it just feels fake, and people call it out loud. His own choices made it worse too. The snitching talk that hit his name was a heavy blow. In the streets, that word follows you forever. Back in 2022, he got jammed up at the airport when TSA found a Glock 19 in a bag they linked to him.
Airport. Gun in the bag.
Yeah.
I go to private school. It's not mine, it's his gun. You don't know my dad?
From there, things spiraled. Instead of staying solid, Lil Meech started switching stories.
You have your ID on you?
Sir, my ID's in my bag.
In the bag?
Yes, sir, listen, I'm a minor, sir. I have security guards. They left that in my bag, sir. I did not pack my bag.
Well, we can get that all straightened out after the...
First, he claimed he was a minor, but he was already 22. Then he said he didn't pack the bag, that somebody else put the gun there. In that world, talking like that gets you branded a snitch, even if nobody ends up locked up. Trying to keep the tough guy image alive, Meech surrounded himself with real street guys. But once that body cam footage from the airport surfaced, most of them stepped back quick. They didn't want that kind of heat. Only a few stayed, and one of them was 3 Luck. 3 Luck stayed loyal, maybe thinking it would all blow over or that Meech would prove himself. But that loyalty came back to bite him hard. By mid-2025, it all blew up when 3 Luck took to social media, putting Lil Meech on blast. He claimed Meech let him take the fall for something heavy. That trail goes back to October 24, 2024. 3 Luck was just tagging along while Meech handled errands, but what he didn't know was wild. Meech was already a suspect in an active case, and cops had eyes on him the whole time. When the cops ran the tags and saw who it was, they hit the lights and pulled the car over.
Hey, this Cadillac might take off on us. It's not pulling into the parking lot. It's stopped right now, but it's registered to Lil Meech. Hey, go ahead and pull into the parking lot.
But Lil Meech didn't stop right away. He hesitated, making it look like he was about to run. Meanwhile, 3 Luck was knocked out cold in the passenger seat, clueless about what was about to go down. And here's where things turn grim. While 3 Luck is still asleep, Meech allegedly starts shifting illegal stuff off his own body and stashing it near 3 Luck's seat. By the time he finally stops and the cops roll up, sirens blaring and lights flashing, 3 Luck jolts awake, only to realize there's incriminating stuff sitting way too close to him. He glances at Meech, and in that split second, the truth hits. He's being set up by the very dude he thought had his back. The cops separate them and start searching the car. At first, all they find are guns. Now, this is Florida, and if you know Florida's laws, guns in a car ain't the end of the world. Compared to Cali or New York, it's light work. The officers weren't stressing, and it looked like both Meech and 3 Luck might just walk free. But then Meech does the unthinkable. Out of nowhere, he blurts out that there's more in the car. The cops hadn't even mentioned anything else. They were only focused on the firearms. That single sentence flipped the whole situation upside down. Now the police had every reason to dig deeper, and sure enough, they found more than just guns. Suddenly, what was about to be a slap on the wrist turned into a serious case.
It's not illegal.
It's not illegal what?
to have a firearm.
I'm talking about that stuff.
Huh?
That stuff.
Talking about the other guy?
That stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
In the end, 3 Luck was the one who paid the price. He got hit with the charges and ended up sentenced to 40 months in prison. And the wildest part, at the time, he didn't even know Meech had sold him out. From his perspective, he probably thought Meech just panicked and tried hiding the stuff, even though it left him furious. 3 Luck might have thought, all right, I'll eat this one. Maybe Meech will hold it down while I'm inside. So he burns through his whole life savings trying to fight the case, hoping loyalty would be returned, but through all that time, not a single dime came from Lil Meech or anyone in his camp. Eventually, the truth comes crashing down. 3 Luck gets hold of the footage, or at least part of the police video, where Lil Meech himself admits there's more illegal stuff in the car, and that's the moment it all clicks. The betrayal stings deep, and that's when 3 Luck finally decides silence is over. He jumps on Instagram and blows the lid off. He drops receipts, exposes voice recordings, and even posts a phone call where Lil Meech is straight up apologizing. In that same call, Meech promised that once the BMF show rebooted, he'd send some money and finally look out. But then rumors started spinning. Whispers that 50 Cent wasn't even bringing the show back, that it was canceled. Already stressed and broke, 3 Luck reached out again, and again, Meech made promises that never came true. Then when the body cam footage surfaced confirming that setup, 3 Luck hit his breaking point and aired everything for the whole world to see. As bad as it looked for Lil Meech, people weren't even shocked. For a long time, the streets have pushed the story of him being disloyal. And not just him, his father carries that same reputation too. Both Meeches got accused of switching sides on people, which is exactly why they're clashing with 50 Cent today. And here's the twist. If anyone had the power to bridge that respect gap for Lil Meech, it was 50 himself.
That was gonna be handled already, so I really took a chance on using the money I had saved up for my family.
Yeah. I apologize for that, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
He wasn't just the one who cast him in the BMF series. He was a mentor, a stamp of approval, both in Hollywood and the streets. That kind of cosign meant everything. Big brother, industry plug, and image protector. That's the role 50 Cent played for Lil Meech. For a while, he went all in, shielding Meech Jr. from the typical heat that comes with being the son of a street legend. But in 2025, that bond exploded in public like a nasty breakup, and the internet got front row seats. It all kicked off when Big Meech finally came home from prison. That moment was supposed to be a unifying celebration. Father free, son shining on TV playing his dad, and the BMF brand getting a whole new generation hyped. But then Big Meech made a move that blindsided 50. He linked up with Rick Ross, one of 50's longest running rivals, and together they threw a flashy welcome home concert. To Ross, it was business and clout, but to 50, it was pure betrayal. After all, he had been the one carrying the Meech name for years, keeping it alive not just in culture, but financially by putting Lil Meech in position. From the 50's point of view, he invested time, money, and energy into the Flannery family only to feel like they turned their backs on him. And when 50 feels played, he always reaches for his sharpest weapon, the internet. He jumped on Instagram and started firing shots not just at Big Meech, but at Lil Meech too. One of the wildest posts, a viral picture of a rat with the caption, "I think I'm Big Meech."
February 13th, the Big Meech home benefit concert. It's gonna be iconic. Too many names to list, but let me salute some of the legends.
Flipping Rick Ross's iconic lyric into a direct diss, basically calling Big Meech a snitch, and he didn't stop there. When it came to Lil Meech, 50 really cranked up the pressure. He aired out behind-the-scenes dirt, claiming Lil Meech was showing up high, being unprofessional, and even got sent to rehab right in the middle of filming. 50 didn't just throw words, he brought visuals. He posted a picture of Lil Meech slumped in a wheelchair, layered Amy Winehouse's Rehab over it, and hit the caption with lines like, "Damn, this is bad. You believe me now." The internet ate it up. When Meech tried brushing it off with TMZ saying, "Where I'm from, everybody needs rehab," 50 clapped back instantly. He reposted that clip and mocked Meech's whole tough guy act, writing, "He must not have heard them say cut." Translation: Meech was acting gangster even off camera, trying way too hard to sell an image. By then, the pressure was heavy, and Meech finally reached out behind the scenes, sliding into 50's texts to patch things up. Those leaked messages painted the picture. Lil Meech sounded hurt, blindsided, and desperate to clear his name. He told 50, "I've only ever shown you love. I never switched up. This internet ish is throwing me off. You know me in real life." To prove loyalty, he even threw shade at Ross, saying, "F Ross, but he gave my dad some bread so he could pay his bills until next season."
Because Big Meech is doing this big concert, and I believe he was probably trying to create more interest in it. And so then 50 gets upset about.
But 50 wasn't convinced, and he sure wasn't showing mercy. Instead of keeping it private, he blasted those same texts on Instagram with a sarcastic caption, clowning Meech and dropping hints that the BMF show was dead. Then he stamped it with the line, "I'm done with the Meech business." That was the final nail. From that point on, the industry and the streets viewed Lil Meech differently. When a legend like 50 Cent, someone praised for being no nonsense and authentic, publicly cuts you off as fake and ungrateful, it sticks like glue. In hip hop, you can feud with rivals and still bounce back, but being labeled disloyal to the man who gave you your first real shot, that's career suicide, plain and simple. And just when things couldn't get worse, Lil Meech's next moves poured gas on the fire. Instead of laying low or fixing bridges, he went into full rebel mode. He popped out in Miami, partying hard with 50's longtime enemies, Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather. That's 2 for 2 from 50's rival circle, and then he made it louder by posting a picture with them, captioned, "Real Power." Everybody caught the jab at 50's Power franchise. His camp tried to clean it up, spinning the narrative like Meech was unbothered, focused on fresh ventures, carving his own lane without 50. But by then, the damage was done. To the outside world, it just looked like confirmation of what 50 had been saying, that Lil Meech flips sides quick, and loyalty means nothing when pressure hits. So the door shut. 50's support was gone, his fans turned their backs, and Lil Meech, once hyped as the heir to his father's legendary name, was suddenly being seen as a privileged kid who fumbled the bag. To many, it felt like betrayal against the very man who gave him the shine in the first place.
Did 50 post anything, or did he just kind of unfollow Lil Meech?
Well, he posted a rap, said they call me Big Meech.
And in the world Lil Meech is dying to be accepted by, 3 things matter more than anything: loyalty, respect, and authenticity. Without those, all you've really got is a name. And even that fades fast when the streets stop believing in you. But it didn't stop with the 50 Cent fallout or the 3 Luck scandal. Now, Lil Meech's resume is stacked with smaller controversies too. On their own, they might not kill a career, but together they paint a picture that's messy and hard to ignore. Every few months, it's another viral headline, another clip, another reason people side-eye him like he's in over his head. Go back to 2022, for example. That's when Meech got arrested in Miami on grand theft and fraud charges tied to a watch. And not just any watch, but a piece worth serious money. A $250,000 Richard Mille. According to reports, Lil Meech walked into a luxury jeweler, dropped a Rolex as collateral, grabbed the Richard Mille, and dipped, still owing about $200,000. To make it worse, he allegedly tried to flip that same watch at another store like it was his. That move screamed scammer vibes, and the internet ran with it. Even though the charges were later dropped, the stain stuck. The story went viral, and the headlines weren't praising his acting chops or his legacy anymore. They were blasting BMF star caught up in watch scam. Instead of radiating boss energy, he looked like a kid desperate to flex in a league he hadn't earned yet.
Came to Wildin' Out.
Yeah.
And he's a little busty, you know.
Oh,
and he, that's all I said.
Then came the personal life drama, and that only made the circus louder. His relationship with R&B singer Summer Walker became nonstop blog bait. Sure, they had those picture-perfect couple posts, but behind the scenes, messy. Cheating rumors started flying, and then came one of the strangest headlines yet. The musty situation. Comedian Jess Hilarious hopped on air and joked that Lil Meech smelled bad, even clowning Summer for needing a strong stomach to deal with him. The internet ate it alive. Memes, jokes, TikToks, it was everywhere. Now imagine trying to be taken seriously as the son of a street icon, while the internet's roasting you for not using deodorant. Meech clapped back by leaking Jess Hilarious's old DMs where she was flirting, basically saying, "You didn't think I smelled bad then." But at that point, the damage was sealed. The jokes already had a life of their own. Alone, these might look like minor celebrity antics, the type of headlines any young star could stumble into, but stack them up. The fraud rumors, the scandals, the musty memes, the online beefs, and they tell a bigger story. Lil Meech isn't being seen as disciplined or battle-tested. Instead, the image forming is reckless, immature, and someone riding off his father's legacy without truly proving he's cut from that cloth. And in hip-hop, and especially with older heads and people who really live that street life, authenticity is the golden rule. Big Meech built his name brick by brick, took real risks, faced the law, and earned his empire. So when they look at Lil Meech, they don't fault him for growing up better off or going to private school. The issue is the act. As one fan bluntly put it, 50 didn't clown him for going to private school, he clowned him for pretending like he didn't. That's the heart of it all. Authenticity can't be fake. You can't talk tough if you never walked through fire. And when your name carries weight like Meech, the spotlight burns even brighter. So if you're out here caught in clout-chasing headlines, petty drama, and internet scandals, acting like you're street when you're not, people will laugh, not salute. Like, subscribe, share, comment, and I'll catch you on the next one.